the stairs in it. I draw a stair with two directions. I draw it and with razor the selected and number of them controlled. Then I delete this. When we wanna draw the stairs for this, we wanna have a stair with two directions with a curved landing. Be careful when you are drawing the stairs with run. It's exactly like the walls. Here in option line we have location line, which we can change it. For example, here I move it to right, and when I draw the stairs, the location line will be at the right of the stairs, and when I want to change it, it will be at the left. Okay, and here this space is too big. Let me make it smaller. I change this to 4 meters and I remove this line. Let's have the stairs one more time. I change this to left to have it at the left of the stairs. Right now the location line is at the left of the stairs. I draw the half of the stairs at this side, then I change this to right and half of the stairs here, but it should be left because it's changed. Okay, I increase the width of the stairs 1.20 and also at this side, or it can even be more, 1.5. Also this side 1.5, like this, and the shape handles are there and we can control them manually. Okay, I raise it till here. Okay, these are my supports which are inside of the wall, which I don't need them. We can remove them. Later I will tell you about them. I change this to hidden line and I want to have this landing with the same shape of this room. Imagine it's glassy and I can have landing here like this, and there might be a tree or something like that, and I can have it like this. When you have an assembled stair with this landing and you want to customize the shape of this landing, when you select it in tools, beside of the flip and railing, you have also this convert. When I put the mouse, you will see this text convert to sketch base. It will return to sketch base. Then when I select it, I can have edit sketch. I can change my landing completely. Okay, now how I can do this? I delete this line, then pick line, and I pick this line. Then I trim these lines, then okay, and let's check it in 3D to see what happened. Okay, there is a stair with the same shape of the room in landing. Okay, we are still in drawing of the stair. We're not in settings yet. Okay, I do this like this, then I trim it, and this will be its shape. I select these walls. I want to have them till level 2. And here at this side we don't need the railings anymore. We can even remove the supports. But for now let's have it here like this. Which here we ran the command one more time and we didn't remove the checkbox of the end with razor, so it's still there. It's okay. Before having the settings, we are controlling some general items. For example, we have it like this till level 5, and here in level 1 we draw a floor. I consider the external lines and I put my floor here. Okay, like this, and I want to repeat it. Now I should copy it in other levels. We want to have this stair in levels 2 till 5 as well. What can we do? Here we use select level, which here in 3D view we don't have select level. Let me turn the level on. I activate it and we can see these lines. And to duplicate the stairs, we can copy here, and level 2, 3, 4, 5, which the base will be at level 5, so it's like this high. Okay, that was a way, and another way is to making a group with them. How? We select the stairs, then select level, and then we select the line of the levels which we want to have the stairs in them. Why level 2 is not selected? Because the other stair is already till level 2. Now I selected them and okay. As you can see, they are here and the stair system is here in a single group. If I use connect or disconnect level, I can subtract something here. It's not possible to add something here because right now all the levels are selected. So I use disconnect level and I select here to not have stair there. And as you can see, one of the stairs is removed. And it can be possible in views as well, because here we have the level lines as well. Here I select this, connect, and I want to have another stair here, which it will be there easily. Okay, but there is another point. When we want to have the stairs, it should be go through the roof. Am I right? I remove this, but no difference. When we want to have the stairs till here, we can edit the shape of the roof here in level 4, and we want to make these parts empty, these walls, and here, and I subtract this shape from the roof and okay to have it empty like this. It's possible and it seems okay, but there's a question. Is it okay to cut each floor one by one separately in a building with 5 levels or even more? That's not reasonable at all. What can we do? Control Z and I cancel this, and let's have the first standard situation. Here in architecture tab, there is an item in opening panel which is shaft. As you can see, when I put the mouse, it shows this process which we can have a path through some levels. You just need to draw the plan and you can select the levels to subtract this through the levels. I select the shaft in one of the levels, exactly this shape, pick line, and I select them and I create it. Now here I need to check it here to see where is it. Control Z. See, when you are drawing it, there is a base and there is a top. I put the base in level 1 and the top till level 5. Then okay. In this way it will be like this. Right now an imaginary shape is subtracted from the whole section for 5 levels. And when I put it here, the shaft is selectable and I can control it manually. And we should not select the first floor because it will be subtracted as well. And it will be open. And with this technique, we can even have 100 levels and we can have the place of stairs empty or an empty space for any other reasons. But this technique can be available. So that's it. How we can duplicate stairs for some levels, then editing the roofs. And it was necessary, and now you know it. Okay, let's have the technique of the correct setting for the stairs in Revit software. Here, I draw another level from level 1 to level 2. I draw it and OK. Here in 3D view, I look at it. As you can see, there are some components which we need to control them to have the standard and correct stair. Here, I click on Edit Stair. I ignore the involved levels for now. So here, Edit Type. Guys, right now, we have nothing to do with calculation rules. It's about the divisions of thicknesses, which we have some of them here in dimension. For example, here, the minimum thread depth can be 30 centimeter. Okay. And minimum run width, which I should have it in 120 to have a wider stair. And here I remove this. One more time, stair with the recent settings. Okay, as you can see, it didn't change. I draw it one more time and the treat's 30 centimeter. And here, okay. Here in Edit Type again, and after those, we ignore calculation rules, but here in construction and support, we have something to do. Let me have the supports first because they're easier. Supports are the surfaces inside of the stairs, which you can decide to have them or not. Right support, if I selected it's in a stringer, when I change it to carriage, this one is not empty, it's filled and it's at the bottom of the stair, exactly like that iron which is in the buildings to assemble the steps on them, but support is the sides of the stairs. Okay, Edit Type here and Edit Type of the stairs. The same things at the left as well, and here we have middle support. When we select it and apply it, we can have another support at the middle of the stairs, which the middle one is in carriage as well. And when I have it here, we can have some more controls. For example, its width, change to 10, it will be wider. And because both are with the same type, we are editing the carriage here. It can be wider, it can be changed in depth. I changed this to 5. Let's see, is there any change? Look at here. It will be a little forward. And let's check it at this side. It's more thick. These are the settings which you can have in carriage. Let's return them. And here we have a structural depth on landing and run, which you can control them. But we don't have landing here, but you can have these controls. You can even change the materials. Let me have OK. Here it's a little smaller because they are lower because of the changing of the depth. Here it's 10, I change it to 20. It will be like this. I change it to 15 and it will be like this. This is its depth. It's not downward, it's upward. When I change it to 5, it will be like this. And if the value is too high, it won't be out of it. It just fill this space. For example, 50 will fill this space. And its thickness 5 to have them thin. When I change the left side to carriage and apply, it will be like the other side. Okay. Let me have this side. And I change the display mode to hidden line to be able to have a better visibility. Okay, we have thread and razor. which we talked about them, how we can control them. When you open the edit type of the stairs, in construction, you have run type, which it's related to the settings of the treads and risers of your steps. When I have a click here, I can have a new window to have these controls. Tread material, riser material, which, as it's obvious by the name, it's about the material of them. When I deselect the tread and apply, as you can see, it will be like this. When I select it, the stairs are in this shape. And I can also remove the risers. For example, here without risers, I remove the carriages and just the middle supports. As you can see, it can be a special style of stair. And when we have it wooden, it's really beautiful and common. You can have it like this, or here I select the risers again and I remove the supports. Then you will be able to see the size better. Let's approach and change it to consistent color for better visibility. When I select this here, I can have some other settings. What are they? Tread thickness, the thickness of the treads, it's in 5. When I change it to 10, it will be more, but downward, not upward. I change it to 5 and apply. Tread profile, you can change the shape of your treads. There are some shapes which they are not standard and it's not suitable for this stair. And this one, which is like this. There is another item which is nosing length. Let me be here. Right here, okay, run type, this one as default, which is filled. Nosing length is a distance between the edge of the tread till the riser, which right now it's flat for this amount. When it's in 0, it will be completely flat. And when I change this to standard, it's not suitable here. For this, we need to design something to be suitable. When we have 0 nosing, the start point of the tread and riser will be cross each other. We can even have some profiles. For example, default and apply. As you can see, it filled this space, this cap, and it's in touch with riser. When I have nosing in this shape, for example 2 centimeters, it will be like this. It's really common for some special things like the hidden lights, and you can control it with nosing. When I deselect raising, the nosing is here yet. I select it and apply, and again the risers are here, and I can control the risers here and even its material. I can have this stone and this one wooden, or metal and wood. All the controls can be possible for material. There is a slanted here. When I select and apply it, when I use it, as you can see, the start point is like this, but the rest of it will be slanted. Imagine we have a line here. In this way, you can understand that this is slanted. Most of the times, users create stairs in Revit software, and when it's like this, they say why it's slanted, why it's cracked. you know. And when I increase the nosing, for example 8 centimeter, and apply, excuse me, it was the thickness. Let me have this in 5. It was here. I change this to 8. See, it's still there, but this is going to be slanted. When I deselect it, it will be like this. Everything which happened here, this distance, this size of the thread will be the same and saved, like 30 centimeter which we have here. I change this to 2.5 or 3 and apply, and like this. The shape of this profile of this razor can be changed, and let's try some of these defaults, like this one, which is not suitable. You can design your own profile, which we will talk about it. I change this to default, and here we have an item which is razor to thread connection. Right now, extend razor behind the thread. It's behind the thread. There is another one, extended under razor. The thread is under the razor right now. And the third one is join all razor and thread. It joins all of them. See, they will be like this. So these are 3 different modes. And that was the total things which you can have for settings of the stairs to have correct cuts. And I change this to a concrete stair. After changing these settings, there is the nosing, and this is a little different. Here in edit, I want to check the things which are added here. Here I have this underside surface, which is on smooth, and also a structural depth, which is the depth of this structure, concrete structure. It call it a structural because this is a concrete structure. To have some examples about this underside surface, I should change the shape of my stair. Right here, on this, and this line should be at the right here, and a L-shaped stair. I don't need the railings right now. As you can see here, when it's in smooth, the joinment which you have here between your stairs, double click to have the settings. The connections which you have here for your stairs and the mode which you have for landing is different. How we can control them here in edit type, and I change this to step. Okay, apply and see what happened. The underside of the stairs is like this, like steps, as well as the oversides. And when I change its thickness, for example 10 centimeter, as you can see they will be thicker. Now nosing 0 to have them straight, and they're really simple and clear. And when we change this to smooth, it will be completely smooth. And when I increase its depth 50, for example, it will be like this. If you want to fill this underside, you need to increase it, for example 2 meters. It's not possible even selecting 2 meters, even 1 meter or 70, it's not possible because it will be too low and they will be overlapped and the shape of your stair will be destroyed. When I select OK, here I can have some landings and I can control it. Here is the landing, as you can see. When I click on OK, there are 2 different modes. When same as run is selected, whatever which we select for the threads, it will be applied on landing as well. When I deselect it and apply, the landing will be different. We can have a thread for it, for example. Let me show it to you. As you can see right now, just the landing has a thread and it's different from the other threads. And it's nosing, I change it to 0, and here I want to have it in 50 centimeter or 10 centimeter, and it's nosing, I can have 5 centimeter. It's in default. Why? Because the total shape of this structure is in slanted. I deselect it, apply, and it will be like this. We can have this to control the shape of the stairs. Let's have a thread and nosing 3 centimeters and apply to have them with this shape. Here the thread which we have here for the landing is thicker. It's different. I can have razor here, apply, and it will be like this, and it's ready. And you can change the material of the sides, or you can have the supports. That was monolithic stair. Here, let's have an example for precast stair. There are something about it. Here, for example, we have connection method. It's about the connection of steps and landing. It's a notch right now, and these are in separated parts. Here you can control some stances. Notch extension, for example, notch thickness and horizontal gap distance. You can control these distances. When I put the mouse here, I can see the help of the Revit and an image to be able to understand it better, which we don't want to have it deeply, but if you want to have this precast stair in a single part, instead of notch, we should have it in a straight cut and apply. And they will be like this, and they're not separated. And when I change the total thickness, round type here, and slanted, the select, without nosing, and here a little more structural depth, for example 20 centimeter, they will be connected like this, and they're not separated part by part.